Hello everyone, welcome to the session Windows Autopatch Simplifying the Update Management Story at Microsoft Technical Takeoff 2023. My name is Haja Dalwal. I'm a Senior Product Marketing Manager for Windows Enterprise.
Hi everybody, my name is Harman Thind. I'm a Product Manager on the Windows Autopatch team.
Awesome. All right, so let's get things started. Today, I would like to talk to you about some important updates of Windows Autopatch. This includes unification, the benefits of Microsoft 365 F3, the significance of driver and firmware updates, and the value of reporting. First, let's discuss unification of all things updates under the Windows Autopatch brand. It allows us to streamline our processes and teams, reduce confusion, and increase the value we bring to you. By bringing together different solutions under one umbrella, we can provide a more comprehensive and user-friendly experience for our customers. Let's talk about Microsoft 365 F3 or Frontline Worker SKUs. It's a game changer for many organizations. By making Autopatch available for all Frontline Worker SKUs, we are enabling a massive number of customers and devices to take advantage of the benefits of Autopatch. This is a huge step forward in making update management more accessible and user-friendly. Next, we'll discuss the importance of driver and firmware updates. Keeping your drivers and firmware up to date is crucial, for the security and stability of your devices, as you know. With Autopatch, we are providing more granular controls, and we will talk a little bit more about this just shortly. And finally, who doesn't like reporting, right? Let's talk about reporting. It's a vital tool for understanding the current state of your organization. With Autopatch, we're improving reporting latency, providing more timely reports to IT admins, and you can quickly identify and address issues that may arise, and then, have greater confidence in your update management process. So unification, F3, driver firmware updates, and reporting are all essential components of a successful update management strategy. By bringing all of these elements together, we are providing a more comprehensive and user-friendly experience for all our customers. All right, so just a quick note here. This is a friendly reminder. It's a disclaimer. We just want to make sure that, we clarify this. Things may change from what you see from pre-release and when they get to GA. So what we did recently is that we actually reached out to a number of our customers and asked them through Forrester, an organization that conducts studies and research, you've heard of TEI, to provide us with some feedback and to give us what's the value that they're seeing around patch management and why customers care about patch management. Patch management was generally in the eyes of IT teams or IT admins, right? Departments. However, now it has gone up and has got the attention of the CISO levels. And it has also expanded to other teams within every company because patch management is not just about Windows update. It's not just about Office updates. It's way more than that, right? At the end of the day, the main concern around patch management are cybersecurity threats. And that's one of the reasons why customers care so much about it. Hey, right? If there's a vulnerability, bad actors will take advantage of it. If there's an open door, they're going to come in and they're going to do bad things. So it's really, really important to have the best security solutions in place and to make sure devices, people, and the organization stay secure at all times. We analyze trillions of signals from our worldwide ecosystem of products to reveal the scale of digital threats. The signals and the data that we have in place is invaluable, and it's so comprehensive in the sense that we have the ability to show insights and act on those insights. And that's really, really important here. We've heard your request loud and clear, and we are continuing to respond. What you're seeing are enhancements that we've recently released, and they're in direct response to your inputs. Registry conflict detection on enrollment, which is now in preview, is basically readiness checks done when you add new devices to Windows Autopatch. Readiness checks now include a search for registry settings that could prevent a device from receiving Windows updates with the Autopatch service, right? So it'll detect like conflicts and so on and so forth and put them into a not ready tab of the Windows Autopatch device's blade. Self-service device deregistration gives you self-service options to easily remove devices from Windows Autopatch management. This same enhancement also gives you the ability to re-enroll a device that has been excluded or removed from Windows Autopatch management without opening a service request. That's pretty cool. Enhanced group-based pause controls will give you the opportunity to pause quality updates. We've added the ability to create smart auto-patch groups to tailor specific needs by group and which can safely roll out feature and quality updates. Auto-patch groups is a logical container or a unit that groups several Microsoft Entra groups and software update policies such as update policy rings for Windows 10 and later and feature updates for Windows 10 and later policies. Auto-patch groups help Microsoft Cloud Managed Services meet organizations where they are in their update management journey. We've also added more granular control over drivers and firmware, which has been a big ask by IT admins. So we're excited to announce the preview of a major update to driver and firmware management capability within Autopatch. This enhancement gives IT admins granular control with greater flexibility over how driver and firmware are updated on your devices. With this change, you'll have more visibility and control, and you'll be able to manage them more efficiently and effectively. Let me highlight a few things here. For example, align driver and firmware support with Autopatch groups. This change removes the limitations of only being able to turn on and off automatic driver updates for all devices. You will now have more control and be able to tailor updates to meet the unique needs of your digital estates. You can update only select drivers or firmware and create and assign driver policies to control which ones you want. Pause and resume driver deployments. This is a self-service device registration, deregistration, which until recently required the submission of tickets and group-based pause controls. We will be enhancing and expanding it to provide IT admins more control while allowing Microsoft to automate and manage them as we want to give IT admins, the handbrake in case they feel they need to stop a process. Enable bulk management of other drivers and firmware. We are partnering with device manufacturers to extend bulk management capabilities to other drivers and firmware. These updates will help save you valuable time and reduce the efforts of update management. In short, we are helping to simplify your work. Another feature that we're enabling is the ability to create Windows Autopatch groups from existing Microsoft Intune update profiles. This is awesome. This feature will help you migrate and transition your devices from Intune update management to Windows Autopatch update management more smoothly and seamlessly. My colleague Harman will talk more about these things just shortly here. With this feature, you'll be able to create and assign Windows Autopatch groups from the existing Intune update policies that you have created and assigned to your devices. Previously, you couldn't do this. Okay, so this is a really, really great enhancement, and I'm so excited for this. So here's a view of what the functionality will look like in deployment. From this screen, you'll be able to easily access the tools you need to, for example, manage drivers across multiple Autopatch groups, choose manual or automatic delivery per ring per group, approve or decline manual and other drivers, pause and resume driver deployments. I've shared some of the recent customer-focused enhancements that we've released. Now let's look at what's upcoming and some of our vision for update management. Now it's time to turn this over to my colleague Harman, who will walk you through the things I've talked about in more depth. Take it away, Harman.
Thanks, Harjeet. Let's get into unification. So customers often struggle to choose the right update options for their company, which are crucial for security, stability, user experience, and compliance. To simplify this process, Windows Autopatch is expanding to encompass all update solutions, such as Windows Update for Business and Windows Update for Business Deployment Service, creating a one-stop shop through Microsoft Intune. This single service for enterprise customers will be used to update and upgrade Windows devices, Microsoft 365 apps, Microsoft Teams, and Microsoft Edge. It's important to note that you will not be losing any functionality. For our existing customers, you can still continue using the service and technology as you previously had, just now under a new brand. You'll still have access to all the features and capabilities of Windows Update for Business and Windows Update for Business deployment service that you rely on, including API access. Now, let's take a closer look at what's coming. Simplicity is at the core of bringing all things update all into one place. We are retiring the name Windows Update for Business deployment service, and Windows Autopatch now encompasses all updates under one name. It's the same technology that you already know and trust to keep your devices up to date with a new interface in Microsoft Intune for simplicity. When this rolls out, licensing requirements will also stay the same, those being Microsoft Intune, Entra ID Premium, Microsoft 365 E3 or E5. There is expansion coming to Microsoft 365 F3, but more on that later. Organizations with A3, A5, and Microsoft 365 Business Premium subscriptions will retain the license rights to use all Windows Update for Business deployment service capabilities that exist today with this unified product. To take advantage of this, you will simply register your devices within Intune, create an Autopatch update policy, and then target the devices to those policies. That's it. These are the same steps that you take today. The only change will be to opt in for specific additional Windows Autopatch features, which we'll take a look at those in a moment. But let's first walk through the enhanced experience. One of the most noticeable changes you'll see is the new update management interface. We've used your feedback to inform adjustments that will make the update ecosystem easier to understand. We're simplifying the interface to make it painless to find and use the update management features that you need. Instead of having multiple tabs and menus, you'll see a single dashboard that organizes the features into 4 categories across the multiple update types. The first, update policies, where you'll create and assign policies to control how and when updates are installed on your devices. Second, update groups, which you'll create and assign groups to organize your devices into different update rings, such as pilot, production, or test. Third, update status, which you'll use to monitor the update status and compliance of your devices and see which updates are available, pending, or installed. And finally, update reports, where you'll be able to access various reports to analyze the update performance and reliability of your devices and troubleshoot any issues. Now, let's take a look at those additional Windows Autopatch benefits I mentioned earlier. Of course, as we just saw, you will see a change in the user experience. However, there are additional features that are optional, opt-in only, and included in applicable licenses to give you the full benefits of the new unified service. Windows Autopatch is and will continue to develop additional features to continue to make update management as simple as possible for your organization. Here is a full glimpse of some of the features that would require an additional opt-in to use. Let's consider reporting, for instance. Opting in for additional reporting will provide administrators with more valuable insights. This includes detailed remediation suggestions to address issues that may be preventing a device from updating. Again, more on that later. At Ignite, we announced the upcoming inclusion of Windows Autopatch in the Microsoft 365 F3 subscription, expected before the end of the calendar year. Currently, any customer that has a mix of Microsoft 365 E3 and F3 devices must maintain F3 devices separately due to the lack of Windows Autopatch support today for F3. However, this expansion will further simplify update management for organizations, allowing you to keep frontline workers and enterprise devices secure and up to date with minimal effort, reducing disruption. Now, let's get into some of the features further minimizing effort and managing updates. Compliance reporting is critical for security and, in many industries, legal reasons. Windows quality and feature update reports give helpful summaries and let you drill deep into current data, which is no more than 48 hours old. Now, let's dive into the demo for reporting. Today, you will find the reports for Windows Autopatch under the Report section in Intune. From there, you can select if you want to see feature or quality update reports, but for this demo, I'll be focusing on quality updates. The Windows Quality Update reports provide you with information about quality update device readiness, as well as device update health and status. Together, these reports provide insight into the quality update state and compliance of Windows devices that are enrolled into Windows Autopatch. The Windows quality report types are organized into two focus areas: organizational and trending. Starting with organizational, the summary dashboard that you see here provides the current update status summary for all devices, as well as the quality update status report, which you will see in a little bit, that provides the current update status of all devices at the device level. On this summary dashboard, you have two views that you see here. This line graph shows multiple statuses across all devices over a period of time. This can be represented by device count, as we have here, or by percentage. This is just to make sure that you are able to get a view that makes most sense to you. Below, you will have an overview of all of the high-level statuses as well as Autopatch groups set up for your tenant with various data points for devices that belong to each group. At a quick glance, IT administrators can understand how up-to-date all their devices are across their device estate. For example, I see that 46 devices are not up to date, which means one of the following: the quality update is out of date, or devices on the previous update, devices more than 21 days overdue from the last release, or the device has an alert resulting in an error and action must be taken. But looking further, in the detailed view here below, I notice that a majority of those devices belong to the Reliability Test Autopatch group. Clicking this drop down here, I see the different rings that are set up for this Autopatch group. And here, I would like to see the devices that are part of ring 3, which are not up to date. Clicking on the number here, it will take me to the quality update status report, which I mentioned previously. Here, you will see a new tab opened up with this report, pre-filtered with the conditions we were looking at: devices from Reliability Test Autopatch group, ring 3 of that Autopatch group, as well as devices that are not up to date. With this report, you can quickly take a look at the affected devices and formulate a plan based on the information provided. Columns can also be added or removed as necessary to make the report as useful as possible to later export if necessary. Now, back to the summary report. If I select this tab here, I can generate a generic quality update status report for all devices, which you have just seen in the pre-filtered report on specific conditions. Or, as you see here, we can check out a trending report. This report provides the update status trend of all devices over the last 90 days, giving you flexibility to review the data in a manner that is most effective to you. Now let's look to what comes next: enhancing the existing reports with actionable insights. Harjeet talked a little bit about some features around device readiness that are currently in the product. We're looking to take that further. We have two features that are on the roadmap: the post-update reliability report, which I will demo next, and then we'll come back to device readiness and alerts. Now, let's take a look at the post-update reliability report. The post-update reliability report provides a score calculated for each Windows quality update cycle based on stop error code detection. An example of a stop error, or sometimes also referred to as a blue screen of death, is a faulty driver that, let's say, may have led to the corruption of the operating system. There are two main benefits of this feature. The first being to enable admins to compare scores at both tenant and service levels, and the second, providing insights into related module failures and affected devices. So, let's say there's a kernel crash. How do we provide the effect that may have had on your devices? We do this by showing a score that we developed to compare to previous scores up to 12 months for your specific tenant, as well as visibility into what other tenants are seeing at the service level. From there, you can see the actual modules that were involved with kernel crashes in the detailed view here, as well as the total number of devices to understand the total impact to your environment. For each module that caused a kernel crash, we provide insights into the number of unique devices, total events, as well as the module impact score, which is used to represent the relative importance of failing modules for your devices, and to help you prioritize what may need action first. And by the way, not only can you look at the score itself represented in numbers, but you can take a look at how things are trending. You can compare your score with the service level score for the current update cycle and over a period of 3, 6, 9, or 12 months. So we've heard the feedback. There are too many disconnected reports and areas to go to understand the complete story for any given tenant's readiness for updates. The Windows Autopatch alerting framework makes it easy to understand and quickly resolve any issues related to Windows Update in a centralized location. The goal here is to provide clear, actionable details and alerts on what's blocking successful device updates. These may be issues with an update type policy, for example, feature quality update policies, or policy health, or maybe even tenant manageability. In this view here, you can see there are a number of alerts affecting this tenant. Across each alert, you can see information on the product area that's affected, the owner, whether that's Microsoft or customer-driven action, the number of affected devices, as well as the severity and status of the alert. In this example, clicking on the damaged media alert will show a context pane with further details of that alert. You will see all the information shown on the main page, as well as a description of what the problem is with recommended remediation steps to take. We are also looking to add auto remediation actions for specific alerts. Now, to go to another view, in this example, we'll take a look at the full list of devices that have the damaged media alert in the previous example. By clicking on the number 32 here, we are taken to a pre-filtered devices report showing us the 32 devices that all have the damaged media alert. As you can see in this view, the affected devices may also have other alerts that may have caused those devices to become not ready. By selecting the number of alerts for a specific device, you will see a context pane with further details of what the other alerts are in addition to damaged media in this example in the top right. With this feature set, we're putting all of the information about tenants' health and what's keeping your devices from updating in a single location. It's now super easy to understand and take action on your device's readiness, ultimately simplifying update management for your organization. Back to you, Harjeet.
Thanks, Haman. That was a great walkthrough of the awesome enhancements with Windows Autopatch. To close, we have some wonderful resources to help you learn more about Windows Autopatch. Please check these aka.ms links to get you started. Thank you for joining Haman and myself. That's all the time we have. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.